all this stuff up and go. Boom. What is up, everybody? We are live. How's it going, man? Today I am happy to have our guest on today. He's a bad dude, man. I'm gonna tell you what. This guy here, like when I come across some videos of his, and I was like, dude, I gotta get this guy on. It's just everything that I like about music and shit like that. When it comes to the moonshine and stuff, that's what this guy is, man. This dude's amazing, dude. He's been in all kind of wild videos. Listen, he's got some stories I cannot wait to get into. And he's a very interesting person. So let's bring him to the stage, man. Mr. Stephen Ray Lester. Boom. What is up, my dude?
Howdy, how's it going, bro?
Bro, that look is just amazing, dog. It's just like, I feel like that's there.
Dude, I haven't washed these overalls in a month and a half because I don't know how to work the washer and dryer in this place, dude. So I gotta ask some chick here how to fucking wash my clothes.
Hey, just don't fart in there.
Yeah. Now I feel bad for the cleaning people here because when I lay under my comforter and shit, when I go to smell what it smells like cigarettes, weed, and fucking bad decisions, dude.
That's everything. That's everything that everybody watches my podcast is about. My man, so how are you doing? You good?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm 23 days sober off fentanyl. Woo, dude.
I mean, hey, any day sober off of that shit is good. That's, I lost both of my parents to that stuff. So that's an accomplishment to hear, when someone's good.
Yeah. What keeps me strong is definitely my support online and stuff, because I don't want to let people down because I don't care about myself enough to actually care that much. But when other people care about you, dude, it makes you strong.
It humbles you a little bit, man. You're like, you know what I mean? It's like at first you kind of are like, but then when it's an overwhelming amount, it really humbles you. And you're like, you know what? Maybe they are right.
Yeah.
All right. So introduce yourself to my fans out here, man. Tell everybody what you do, my dude.
I'm Stephen Ray Lester. I'm a banjo player from North Carolina. Hitchhike, hop trains, and catch all the rides to get anywhere across the country I want to go. Just if it sounds like a fun adventure, I'll do it and just roll the dice. Sometimes it ends badly, sometimes it ends good. But either way, I'm here and I'm still living outside the Matrix.
That's I like that, man. I like that. So that's awesome. So how did you start getting, how did you get into this? How old were you when you first was like, you know what? This is what I want to do, man. I'm out like disco.
When it came to traveling, I didn't choose traveling. It kind of chose me because I went to prison for weed, did about a year in prison for weed. And then when I got out, before I went into prison, I was hooked on opiates and stuff. And when I got out, I was sober and I was like, I got to get the fuck out of this town. I can't be around these people anymore. So I took every dollar I had and bought me a Greyhound ticket to Los Angeles because I figured, well, I play banjo. I've been playing banjo since I was 9. I could be an entertainer. Where's that happen at? And I'm like, fucking Hollywood, dude. So I took a Greyhound all the way to Los Angeles and just get dropped off the bus and don't know where to fucking go, what to do. And I've just been going from there ever since.
And how old were you when you stepped off of that bus?
Whew. I was in my 20s. I probably was 24, 25.
Okay, and you did this trip by yourself?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't get to eat. It was almost a 4-day Greyhound ride. I didn't have money to eat, nothing, dude. If it wasn't for the kindness of people, I wouldn't be able to survive. There's been times where I was starved to death or fucking died. Kindness goes a long way when you're a vagabond, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? And I'm going to point it out, dude, and I'm not going to put you on blast, but dude, what you did the other day. So, when this just shows you that there's still a little bit of faith in humanity. You're in a tough situation yourself. What did you do? You helped another person who was in a tough situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was because you could at the moment.
Oh yeah, no, like I felt weird even posting that. I've felt like today I was walking to the store and this guy was like, "Hey man, you got a cigarette?" And I was like, "Dude, I'm actually going to the store to get cigarettes right now. But if you go with me, I'll buy you a pack." You know, and even though cigarettes kill you, you know that meant a lot to that motherfucker, dude. You know, so
Right.
nah, I like to give. I wish I could give back all the time, dude. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. And there's nothing more than better and satisfying. Like my wife is a very, very giving person, and it warms my heart to see her do that stuff. So, and it spreads through the whole family, man. So we all have it. Like it's just a good
It
thing.
feels good to give, man.
Yeah.
That's why I could never be a millionaire, dude. I would literally give it all away, like, and then just leave myself with like $5,000 and be like, man, I'm good for a while. You know,
Right.
like I could survive so long off $5,000, $1 million, dude. That would just be, that's just too much. You know?
I mean, dude, so if you had it, like how many banjos would you really own? And where would you start at? What would be your first banjo that you would buy if you had that kind of money? Is there one that
I
sits?
already have the banjo I want, which was a gift from a really good friend of mine in Los Angeles, and it's a Gibson Mastertone, 1973 Gibson Mastertone RB250. But
Okay.
if I could choose a banjo, like actually have a banjo to play, I'd probably have Bella Flex banjo that's got like the 1930s head on it, and then a Gibson neck on it, and altogether that banjo's worth like over $130,000.
Geez, for a banjo.
Yeah, dude, they're gonna get real expensive, man. They only like the banjo I have. It's only gonna gain value as years goes on, but I'm gonna beat the fuck out of it. So,
Man,
I
so
got
like
like,
my father used to play banjo when I was a little baby. My mom said, like, I've never seen him do it and shit like that. But like, I've always been so intrigued by the banjo, dude. Like, what makes it so like distinct from the guitar?
well, the top string, your top string, instead of being the lowest string, it's the highest string. That's why it has to be halfway up the neck, because if it was all the way down the neck, it would slap against the fretboard. So that's why they had to move it up halfway above the neck. So that drone string, it's like that constant high pitched sound you got to hit,
Right.
whether you're ball hammering or you're picking it.
Now, how long did it take you to get the whole? Like, was that the hardest part, the picking and all that shit? Like,
Nope. It came
no.
to me, dude. I'm telling you, I started playing as a kid, and the moment I put that banjo in my hand, dude, I could play Boiled and Cabbage Down and do the basic roll and everything. Because I was practicing on a little broomstick I drew frets on for like a year and a half, because my family wouldn't let me touch my grandpa's banjo and shit. So I had to look
Okay,
like a little psycho pacing around with my broomstick and frets, like just practicing these basic rolls. And then when they finally got me one, I could play a song.
okay, so that's where you kind of picked it up from your grandfather.
Yeah, he loved banjo.
Now, did he slay it?
No, he
No.
never got good at it or nothing. He just had one, and he loved bluegrass music.
Right.
So,
But
yeah,
you,
nobody in my family has musical talent at all. Like, oh, wait. My Uncle Jim was a bluegrass fiddle player. I didn't know him well, but my Uncle Jim was a bluegrass fiddle player, and they played churches and gospel sets and stuff. But that's about it.
see, it's just crazy how it's in your blood. Like, you know what I mean? No matter how far back it goes, like somewhere there in your family. So you picked it up watching your grandfather play around with it, probably, right?
Yeah. And
And
that
then
man never smiled, dude. You could not get him to smile. And like, I would show him things as I'm learning. I'd be like, "How was that?" He'd be like, "Yeah, you're getting there. That's pretty good." You know? And then the first time I won like a banjo competition, like a fiddler's convention, like amateur banjo contest,
right.
I could see him out in the audience, and he smirked a little bit, and that's like the happiest I've ever seen him. Was that
Right.
day.
That to you is probably like, you know what I mean? Like, oh,
Yeah.
golden moment, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. So like how so when you get to LA, how is that getting off of that bus, man? Like how are you feeling? Like oh shit, like was this like a
Oh
oh
yeah,
shit?
yeah. Felt just like that. Felt like I just really fucked up, and maybe I was manic, and I shouldn't have made this decision because I should have maybe just took a nap or something and like tried to get out of my head. And I was like, dang, you'd be surprised how many times going manic has led me to an awesome journey, dude. You
Right.
know, I just go manic, like, hey, get out of here. That's what I did in LA because I didn't want to get on drugs again in North Carolina. So I went to LA. When I got off that bus, dude, I've never taken a city bus in my life.
Right.
I've never done none of this city shit, you know. So I had to figure it out. I was sleeping in alleyways, under staircases, like trying to get wisdom from crazy homeless people. Like, how do you get water? How do you just survive? How do you wash your hands? Where you do that at? Where will I not get kicked out at? You know what I mean? So
Right.
it was hard. And then, like, as I was playing banjo on the streets, you start meeting people. And then one of them eventually let me crash out in his backyard, which had grass. So that was nice, you know.
Instead of sleeping on the rocks and the concrete and shit.
Oh, the
Like
concrete. Yeah, well, concrete, there's a trick to it. Every 10 to 15 minutes, you need to rotate because if you don't, you'll start getting bruises on your hips and fucking it sucks the next day. So you just sleep in 15-minute increments, or people have to get really, really messed up so they can sleep on concrete, you know. So that's why you see a lot of these homeless people super messed up, dude. It's like they got to sleep on concrete tonight. You know,
man.
it's either they get messed up and sleep or they just toss and turn and stay awake. You know?
I've only had like so I feel like everywhere I go, everywhere out west at least, right? I get these or even in Texas maybe too, right? I've always get the wild ones always come towards me. They always want the cigarette or a couple bucks, you know what I mean? And I don't ever have a problem. Like we don't ever have a problem helping them out. Like I think even my wife had actually went inside and bought them food. And that's really what they wanted anyways, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's the ones you really want to help. It's like some of them out there, hey man, they
Right.
look, you know.
I am a light and they are moths, dude. Anywhere I go in the city, they will be lined up like fucking ducklings, dude, following Mama Duck, dude. When they see me, like I go to Greyhound stations, all of a sudden, whoo, I get swarmed. And next thing you know, I'm down a whole pack of cigarettes. You know, so like
Right.
I get it. They're super attracted to me, man. It's the beard and hair or something, dude. We gotta shave our beards. I don't know.
You can't even make eye contact, dude, because you know as soon
No,
as
don't do eye contact.
they're like, boom, they're coming, man. Like I just want to wear a t-shirt that just says no real big.
Yeah. Well, you when you meet them, you'll know the right ones to help. You know,
Yeah,
like
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So so you get off the bus, man, you're in LA, like and you're coming from North Carolina. So
yeah,
total culture shock.
yeah. The first thing
How
I heard when I was walking across the street in Los Angeles, the first thing I heard was some dude rolled down his window and he goes, "Get the fuck out of Los Angeles, you cracker, you racist honky." And I was like, dang, I kind of like hurt my feelings. And then the next thing I hear is like, "I know you sleep home, I stab you in your face," and shit. Like people hated me really hard when they first seen me and heard my accent. But once I picked that banjo up and started playing, like, dude, I started doing good in Los Angeles. By good, I mean being able to eat every day and sleep on a nice piece of grass instead of concrete. That's like doing good in life, you know?
man, so what was the like first sketchy moment you run into out there, man? Were you what how does this go down? Like
Okay. Before the grass moment, before somebody met me and let me stand in their backyard, before that, I actually met this dude. Uh, he came by in his car, and it looks like it's got little cat prints all over it. Like cats have just been all over his car, and it smells like piss, right? And I can smell his car. It smells like piss. And he cracks his window and he like looks out his window and he goes, "Are you a traveler?" And I was like, "Yes." He said, "Transient?" I said, "What's that?" He's like, "Basically means traveler." I'm like, "Yeah." You know, he goes, "Well, I got a place for you to stay, but you gotta let me take you there and show you. I can't tell you in public about it." And I was like, "What? that's weird. He said, trust me, you can trust me. I used to be a train hopper. I know a lot of travelers and blah, blah. He started like naming people he thought I'd know, and I didn't. But I was so scared at that moment when I got off that bus and I'm looking for a place right off the bat, you know, and I've already been on the streets, like sleeping under staircases and alleyways, having weird people curl up next to me. And I think they're going to stab me in my sleep. You know, like I took the opportunity. I'm like, fuck it. Let's roll the dice. I'm getting in this dude's car. Let's see what he's about, you know? And I get in his car, and like as I'm walking to get in his car, I got my phone and I'm just snapping pictures of his tag, of his license plate and shit, because I think that, you know, this might be a serial killer and I'm gonna die tonight. But so I get in his car and he's covered in cat prints, dude. Like, and he smells like piss, and it's like, dude, like ammonia. He's taking me to his place, dude, and it's like forever away. It's like 20, 30 minutes away from where I was, and we get there. And he's got this junkyard in the back of his behind his house, but it's not really a junkyard. He's got junk laying over old campers and shit that he like lets people stay at. And then he just charges them a little bit, you know, like $50 here and there. And that's one little side way he makes money. But he like collects travelers. He goes out and looks for them. And he was super into Hitler. He was super into Charles Manson and like weird shit, dude. And he would sleep. All right. So the paw prints come from this, dude. He would literally sleep in this cage he built right by his house where you can go under the house. So these raccoons would live under the house, and then he'd trap them in with his cage. And then they come out in this cage, and he would sleep in that cage, and he would feed them Cheetos by hand, and he'd put them in his mouth. They eat them out of his mouth. And he never wanted to wash his clothes because he said the raccoons won't, you know, like him anymore if he don't smell like them. So that's why he stank like that all the time. You're talking about like true crazy. But I still learned to love him.
God damn, from a distance.
Yeah. No, it ended up bad. I ended up having to flip the hell out on him. You know what I mean? So I had to go crazy hillbilly mode and stand up for what I believe in. And
the whole setup right there, you're describing the whole place, and I'm thinking like, I mean, this is like Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, dude, imagine, dude. And I already have those kind of problems where I have PTSD and stuff. So I have those type of problems, you know, so I'm in this situation. You damn right, dude. I'm thinking like, I'm like sleeping and I hear a bump in the night and I'm like, you know what I mean? Is he coming in to saw me up now? You know? Gonna feed me to the fucking raccoons, dude?
Wrong turn, bro. I'm out. I'm going. Like, yeah. Wow. So you like, so after like, you know, you're doing that, next thing you know, what are you're just going out on the street, you're jamming all day. Like,
yeah, I started, there's a place called Burbank. Like it's basically Los Angeles, but it's called Studio City. That's where like Warner Brothers and all that shit's at. I actually started playing banjo in Burbank in front of a fucking CVS, dude. And I made more there than anywhere else in Los Angeles. So I would just go set up at this CVS and play banjo and get by every day. And like, I was eating every day. I had me a few beers every day, cigarettes, had a place to sleep that wasn't concrete. Like, you know, so Burbank was my home there for a while. I met Tom Green in Burbank, dude. He came by me going to Starbucks, and then I had to do an interview with him and shit. And it was fucking wild.
Tom Green, tell us about that. What kind of interview was that about?
I think genuinely he seen me as that funny Southern hillbilly stereotype that city people like to make fun of. You know what I mean? Like, oh, are you banging your cousins? You know, shit like that. And at the time I was really in a serious mindset. So I'm not catching these balls he's throwing. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm doing this. It was his first web series episode. He started a new web series, The Tom Green Show on YouTube, which is, he don't do anymore. He's taking all the videos down, but I was his first guest, and he brings me in basically just to make fun of Southern people. But then if you look at him today, he lives on a ranch in Canada. He's super cool, super calm, relaxed, total different person. He told me, he said, cause I came up, I was like, dude, you know, that Bum Bum song was awesome. And like, Daddy, would you like some sausage? And he goes, actually, I hate that part of my life. He said, I hate when people say that to me. And he's like, I put my parents through hell And like, so he doesn't even like the fact that he did that Tom Green show.
I was just talking. I think my uncle or somebody was telling me about it, Tom Green, and who was it? Somebody come
You know
on
how
and
much he paid me? Nothing. He paid me nothing for an hour interview. And when I'm leaving, they got all these cameras, and his producer was the brother of Rob Snyder. So it's Rob Snyder's brother. He actually has a twin brother, right? So he's like, man, I'm sorry about that. Tom can be an asshole sometime. Here's $20. And he gave me $20.
Now,
yeah.
Now that leads us into, so how did the whole the game come along? How'd that happen to you? Like, how did you stumble into that?
Because well, okay, so this comes after. This is like Tom Green's my first time in Los Angeles. Then I meet some people in LA that are travelers, and they're like, dude, you're a gypsy, man. You're a traveler. You need to go home. I'm like, home? What do you mean? He's like, you're from North Carolina. Don't you ever go to Asheville? I'm like, I've never been there in my life. And I literally grew up 3 hours from there. And he's like, oh my God, dude, you need to go home. That is your home, dude. And he starts showing me things about Asheville. I'm like, fuck it. So I take the Greyhound all the way to Asheville. I put together a crazy hillbilly band, like on the streets, convinced them to travel all the way back to Los Angeles with me. So now I'm in a 1993 Aerostar van with a bunch of other hillbillies playing fucking chicken coops. And you know what I mean? So we're living in the desert. Well, anyway, I convinced them while we're in Los Angeles. I was like, you know, it would be great. What if we went to Compton, dude? And just like went and set up somewhere and just played some music, you know? And they're like, no, I don't know. No, man. And I'm like, I'm telling you, man, it's going to be safe. We're going to be fine. And I'm very charismatic. I can convince people of wild shit sometime, dude, you know? So we get to Compton. We're in Compton now. And I'm getting nervous. Everything's got bars on it. It's looking sketchy.
I've been to Compton before. Yep.
Yeah, it's sketchy.
Yep. Compton and Watts. I've been there.
Yeah, Watts is crazier, bro.
Yeah, dude. Every house, every door, every window, there's a bar. There's yes, like it's on TV.
Yeah. when the sun starts going down, it feels like the apocalypse is coming from far away, just getting closer and closer to you. Like you start hearing screams and glass breaking and car alarms going off as the sun's setting, dude. It's time to just go inside, lock the door, and don't come out until the sun's up type place, you know? But yeah, we're in Compton. We end up going to Washington Park. We set up our instruments and like we're just playing, and like all the adults are looking at us like we're wild. You know what I mean? Like they don't seem to like us very much, but the kids loved us, right? All these kids start surrounding us and wanting to learn these instruments and wondering what's this, what's that. You know, one of the little kids, I call him Chicken Gizzard, right? But so what I did before we went to Washington Park was I got a 40-ounce beer and I got a cigar to roll a blunt so I could like try to blend in, even though we are looking way crazy and like out of place, but try to blend in and like, hey man, I'm cool. You know what I mean? Right, so he comes up, dude, he grabs my 40. This little 5-year-old grabs my 40 of beer. He puts it under the picnic table and goes, man, you got to hide that. The rollers be rolling. And I was like, rollers? He's like, yeah, the police. I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, you good smoking that, though. You should be fine. Hey, man, what is that? And that's like the first kid we meet, right? And then all of a sudden he goes, hold on, I'll be back, right? And he leaves. He comes back with like 7 other kids, dude. Right? And now we're like teaching them all. And then next thing you know, we're getting invited to like Thanksgiving dinners and New Year's Eve parties in Compton, like going to Washington Park, hanging out, having a great time. Right. And next thing you know, there's these Chinese people that want to document our journey. Turns out they do not studio work, but lighting and rigging for different movie sets and whatever productions. And they're following us around, whistling at us like dogs, like point and whistle to get us to go stand here, stand there. They're letting reality happen, but then they roll the reality back and script it. And next thing you know, they got a gig that they want us to help them on. And we're like, sure, we'll come help. He's like, I'll pay y'all $10 an hour to help me on this. We go set this lighting and rigging up for this production set. And it turns out all these people start rolling in from Compton. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? And people I recognize that recognize me and us, you know? Right. And then all of a sudden they're like, talent's coming in, you know? And then this dude comes in, he gets out, and it's the Game. That dude looked 9 foot tall, dude, straight beast. He gets out. And he starts walking around. People's talking to him, pointing over at me. And then every time I looked up, dude, the Game was staring at me. And when I look up at him, he looked down like, oh, shit, he caught me, you know. And then eventually he finally goes, hey, man, can I ask you a question? I was like, what's that, dude? He said, are you Amish or something? I said, bro, I am not Amish, but I am in Los Angeles right now just trying to fucking survive. Right. And he goes, you know what? He's like, you're one of the realest white boys I've ever met. I want you in my video. And I was like, okay. You know, and then for the next 16 hours, I'm just dancing away, drinking Hennessy, Ciroc, smoking blunts. Fucking people are whooping at me and shit. And fucking, it was wild. But that was a long video shoot.
That is like, so like doing this shoot, like, I mean, because dude, them guys are some gangsters, bro. Like, you know,
oh, yeah.
They ain't messing around out there on the West Coast. So, like, was you ever nervous at all?
I was only nervous when the Crips came in, because the Game was trying to do this thing where he brings the Bloods and the Crips together to like do something good type thing, even though the song's about murdering people. But the Crips get there, right? The Crips get there. One of the Crips go up to dap one of the Bloods, like sticks his hand out like this. And the Blood just turns his head and walks away. And then all hell broke loose, dude. And I thought everybody was about to die. Like, just like that, all hell broke loose. That was the only time I was scared the whole time, was when it became the Blood and Crip.
Like, strap pulling out guns and shit, man. Like,
yeah, that's what I was like, oh, well, that's it. We're all going to die. When I seen him reject that handshake and all hell broke loose, I'm like, well, we're going to fucking die. And there's nowhere to fucking hide. It's the desert in Los Angeles. There ain't nothing to hide behind out there.
So how did they resolve that?
The Game came up, started barking. And yeah, he was the mediator, you know. He's like a force of nature, dude.
Yeah, like he has that aura about him, I feel like.
And he wanted me to get paid and notoriety so bad from this, but he don't control none of that. He looks at his production crew, which are like these trust fund little pansy white dudes, you know what I mean? And he tells them, y'all take care of that white boy. Make sure y'all take care of him. They're like, okay. So they make me sign this paperwork. They don't pay me $1. The dog in the video, that's got one little scene of it, his owner got $1,500 for that one little clip, you know. Then A&E was there doing a documentary on the Game, because his next album is called The Documentary, you know, the Game, documentary 1, documentary 2. So they're doing an actual documentary on it. So I'm in that documentary, and they made me sign paperwork for A&E. Then A&E interviewed me for like 45 minutes, and then they just walk off and don't pay me for that either. So I didn't get paid a single dime for that 40 million views of a video with one of the most well-known rappers in the world.
That's cool to have in your pocket though, bro. Like when you told me that, I was like, no flipping way. Because when I pulled the video up, I'd already watched the video, and you could see where I had stopped watching it, and it just picked up from where I left off. And I'm like, no way, dude. And I'm like, oh, he's all through the video. Like, dude, it's great. Like that. I was like, look at him. He's in his suspenders, man, or your overalls, bro. Now, did you have the red and black flannel, or did they make you put that on?
No, I showed up that day because I have 2 outfits. It's either brown overalls with my brown flannel, or I have blue overalls with my red flannel because I like to travel light, you know. Right. And that day happened to be blue overalls with a red flannel, right. You know. So it just worked out real good. Dude, they handed me a bandana to like hold. So in some of the video, you see me holding a bandana, and I go to put it in my pocket, but I guess I'm putting it on the wrong side, and everybody starts screaming like, "Oh no!" And I fucking jump like, "Oh shit!" Because that's another time I thought I'm about to die, you know. But yeah, I went to go put their flag in the wrong pocket apparently. So,
So what is it? The
but
Crip?
yeah, the red and the blue, I just already was in it.
I think you would have been on the right side.
Yeah, it's supposed to go on the right side. No. It's supposed to go on the left side.
For the Crip, I thought the Crip side was the left side.
I don't know, man.
I think that's a Snoop Dogg. I think that's a Snoop Dogg always said.
Okay, yeah, I have no idea.
I don't
You
know
know what I
either.
mean? I guess
Right. So
cryptid dog.
like I can only imagine that. Though, like, but you know what, though, man, you're handpicked. Like he's bringing you into that video. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, just like that at random, dude.
that's fucking wild. And like off the bus, boom. Next thing you know, all right, you know. So like, what you run us through? Like, have you ever like you went to L.A., then you went back to Asheville, right? With
Yeah.
your band. And you talked the band into going back out there.
Yep.
How did that? Like, why did the band break up there? What ended that? Was it just too much for them, or?
All right, here we go. Well, the percussion player was the first to go.
Okay.
The percussion player, he was our washboard and our chicken coop. He actually played old school chicken coop with drumsticks and had little bells and whistles on it. And it's actually it's like a dates back traditionally to like old school blues players, you know, them old school wooden chicken coops. Well, he brought his girlfriend along, and she was from Russia, and she was fucking insane. So we get this gig to where we're doing this live radio show in Burbank for an indie rock radio station. And they bring us into the station, and we see they have a whole 30 pack of beer, and they have like 2/5 of Jack Daniels, because they're like, they're hillbillies, they probably like to get fucked up. And instantly my heart sank. I'm like, oh, fuck. You know, because I know that like my lead guitar player gets crazy when he drinks. This bitch right here loses her fucking mind. Like, this ain't going to end well, you know? So we start drinking.
Disaster before it starts.
Yeah. But long story short, it ends up in her trying to take her clothes off live in the studio, trying to take her clothes off. And I'm like, no, you need to keep your clothes on. Like, don't do this. And she's like, don't tell me what to do. You're not the boss of me. Starts taking her clothes off. And then my lead guitar player is so fucked up. He's like, I want to see her naked. You don't tell her to do that. I'll fuck you up. Then I had to hit him in the face live on the fucking radio station. He blacks out for like 4 seconds, comes back, then he apologizes. And then they got to carry him out of the studio. She's flipping out. My percussion player don't know what to do. Everything's done fucked now. We're walking him across the street. My lead guitar player, he pulls out his dick and just starts pissing everywhere. Right? It's so embarrassing. There's an old lady walking by, just horrified. And then my percussion player winds up, he's like, I gotta go. And he just leaves, right? Because he drove his truck there because he had to carry his chicken coop and all that. And we were in the van. So then it was down to 3. And then my lead guitar player got in a relationship, got her pregnant, didn't know what to do. We're in Santa Barbara trying to play music, and it was the day she took her abortion pill, right? And she got drunk before she did it, got wasted as hell before she did it, right? So we're in downtown Santa Barbara, and all of a sudden she starts screaming, oh, I can feel it dying. I can feel it dying inside of me. Ah! Right? And she's all drunk. And we're like, oh, fuck, what the hell? You took that pill? Because we didn't know she was going to take it right then. She's like, yeah, I just got fucked up and took it. You know what I mean? And we're fucking carrying it, trying to get her back to the van. And she's like, stop. So now we're beside of a dumpster, dude. And she pulls her pants down and just like gory shit, bro. Gory shit. Right? And then we get her to the van. She sits in the passenger side. Now, like, there's pieces of baby all over the seat, dude. It's super bad. Like, and then we had to start playing rock, paper, scissors for who rode up front from then on, you know. So situations like that, it got him to leave. And then it was just me and Billy. After that radio show thing, you know, me and Billy was pretty pissed at him. And Billy was my rhythm guitar player. So as long as I got that foundation, you know, that rhythm guitar player is everything when it comes to bluegrass. You know,
Yeah,
so next thing you know, we end up running into this Disney kid who like loves us and mom loves us. And then we're staying with them and it got real weird. Then was with some Serbians and that was pretty cool. And, you know, it goes on from there. And then me and Billy traveled around for a while. His girlfriend came to pick him up. So then I was just solo. It's hard to keep a band together, dude.
yeah, especially when it's in that kind of situations, man. You know what I mean? Like it's not ideal situations, right? It's
No, dude,
constant.
we were living in the Los Angeles National Forest, which is known for like murders and drug and like cartel members and stuff. And we were sleeping out there every night in a tent. My lead guitar player slept in his van. Me and Billy would sleep in a tent in the desert. We're like we're eating ramen every day. Like we're having to dig holes to shit in. We're just pissing out of our ass
Oh,
because all we've ate is ramen and beanie weenies for fucking weeks. You know,
we,
so I mean, they was going through the ringer with me, and I'm just like, stay focused, guys. We will make it. We're gonna make it. You know, this
oh,
Esteban guy used to come back, and he would drop us off toilet paper and stuff where we're staying in the desert. His name was Esteban, and he would love to talk about guns. The first time we met him, dude, he pulls up out of nowhere, starts talking fucking Spanish, dude, and we're kind of scared. And the only English word he is using is gun and bang, right? So he opens his trunk, right?
right.
And there's a fucking dead cat in it that's completely rigor mortis out, right? And then he starts talking English. He goes, you, what do you call us? Not padres. It means something in Spanish, man. I can't think of the word, but he kept calling us something. And he's like, I need you to help me bury this cat. And we're like, sure, man, we'll help you, you know. And then he gives us like a wooden stick and a crowbar to dig this hole to bury this cat. So we're over there like digging out the dirt, like scared to death, like thinking this cartel member's making us dig our own grave right now, and then he's gonna blow our brains out and laugh about it, you know. And he's making us do it with a fucking crowbar and a stick, you know. But we get down and he's like, that's good enough. That's good enough. And then we put the cat in it, bury it. And then he says, I need you to say a prayer, you know. So what he was saying in Spanish, he was calling us like ministers or priests or something. And he's like, I need blah, blah, blah for you to say a prayer. So then he made us pray over this dead cat, right? So we said a prayer. And then from that moment on, and then when we get done praying, he starts busting out laughing, dude. He's just laughing. And he's like, I like you guys, man. I like you guys, blah, blah, blah. I'll be back. And then from then on, he would come by and check on us. He would leave us tortillas and toilet paper, dude. Tortillas and fucking toilet paper.
Hey,
but, dude, that toilet paper was so needed, man. Like, he put it right on the antenna of the van. He put, like, the toilet paper, like, just right on the antenna.
That's how it happens. You know, you get put in those situations. People are put in your life for a reason. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And Esteban was there to supply toilet paper.
I'll send you a picture of Esteban and us sometime, like the band with Esteban out in the Los Angeles National Forest desert, dude, in the middle of nowhere. I'll send you. I got pictures with him, dude.
So you're in a bit like, it's still at this point at any time that you're like, man, I should just go home. Like, fuck it, go home.
Nah, because I'm like the ringleader at this point. You know what I mean? I got other people counting on me, and they're like, you know, they kind of believe in me, which gives them hope, you know. Right. So, no, at no point I was like, I'm gonna do this or die trying, you know. Like I got people counting on me, you know.
So have you ever like set up anywhere and like it be a problem with another person and be like, dude, this is my spot?
Oh, all the time, all the time.
Really?
Yeah, the streets are very territorial.
And how does that end up? What do you got? I mean, are you like, no, F you, this is my spot? Like I've been jamming here for a while or what?
I've had other busking bands like literally call the police for noise complaints to try to get the police to shut us down when we had big crowds in Asheville. Like Abby the Spoon Lady, she's came up while we had a crowd and screamed in my face. She's called the police on us to try to get us shut down. Like buskers or people that panhandle are very territorial, and I've been in some wild situations. One of them I got in when I was in Los Angeles, and he got in my face, or not in my face, but damn near close enough, and he starts talking that shit, dude, and freaking out. So I flip into Stephen Ray mode and I just get in his face and I gave him the Mike Tyson drill. You know what I mean? I said, I'll fuck you till you love me, bitch. Right? I said, come here and kiss me, baby. I'll fuck you till you love me. You know, and I was like, meet me in the alleyway. And then a lot of times when that does happen and I say, meet me in the alleyway or whatever, and I get knuckled up and shit, they just instantly back down. You know, so it usually just comes that. I've never had to hit anybody or actually been in an actual fight, but I've had to fight for it, you know, in a way.
Like this, this is gonna be I'm not moving, I'm staying here.
Yeah.
You know.
Because it's like a lot of people, they're there all the fucking time, and I'm just coming to be there for a couple hours. You know what I mean? They're there all the fucking time, every day, hours and hours and hours a day. So for me to come by for a couple hours and get that spot isn't such a big deal, you know?
Yeah, man. They're just gonna take it every other time. You know what I mean? Like it's, and I know it's crazy. So like my last encounter, right? I was in Arizona. I got to tell you this. It's funny shit, right? I'm in Arizona for this liquor convention, and my wife sends me there. You know, and it had just so happened where her two sales guys had to get into a different like hotel altogether, and they had me into this one. So I'm a McDonald's guy, right? Like I wake up early. I like McDonald's breakfast. So I go down there. I get inside. It's like a couple blocks, and this homeless guy's in there, dude, and he's like fucking cloud nine, bro. Like talking to himself, right? And again, you know, don't make eye contact. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like don't look, right? So I eat my food, whatever. I leave. Well, the next morning there was no problem that day. The next morning I go, and as I came out, the dude come up behind me screaming, "Hey!" I turn around, and bro, look, he looked like fucking Beetlejuice, like how Beetlejuice had the mold growing on the side of his face. Like it was like into his teeth and shit, bro. And he's like, "I know who you are. I know who you are. And God sent me here to destroy you." So I'm like, motherfucker, say what?
Meet your kryptonite, Superman.
Bro, right. So I'm like, yeah, exactly, right. I'm like, what the fuck? Dude, I was screaming in his face so hard that I was spitting on him on purpose, right? Because, like, you know what, motherfucker, go ahead and do something, dude, because I'm gonna. And dude, the whole time he had this bulge coming out of his stomach. It looked like an alien. It was like, right. I'm like, I told him, I said, you take one more move, dude. I'm gonna punch you in your face and bite that thing right off you, dude. Like, like it got loud, right? We're screaming face to face. And dude, it got to that point where like he had his one bag, dude, and I was gonna punt it out in the middle of the fucking traffic. Fuck you, dude. Like, then I go over to my hotel and the bus stop's right there. And that's the problem. They're on that bus stop, right? And the fucking old lady goes to say something to me. She's like, "Excuse me." And I'm like, beep, beep, beep. I go off on her, bro. And she's like, "I'm sorry." That was my one time that I lost my shit, bro. Like, oh, man.
I just lost my shit on a homeless dude, too. Because he came at me with a big-ass stick, dude. I was trying to play an open mic. I get out to play this open mic. There's this crazy homeless dude with a big stick, and he starts coming at me, screaming all this crazy shit. And I'm like, "Whoa, dude, are you talking to me?" All of a sudden, he swings this stick at me, dude. And that's how I fucked my hand up. I had to grab it, and then I snapped it twice. And then I went to the Mike Tyson thing again. That's like my go-to. Like, fucking, come here, baby. I'm going to kiss you. I'm going to fuck you till you love me. That's always my go-to. It's like my defense mechanism to make people like back the fuck up and think that I'm not just like violent. I'm actually fucking insane and I'm going to sexually assault you. You know, like it's always a good defense mechanism on the streets for me, like to not have to get in the actual fight. Because once they think that, holy shit, if this dude knocks me out, you know, where's it going to go from there? You know, and you but I go straight deliverance on them, dude. Like I go straight deliverance. Purdy, you got a purdy mouth, boy, all that type shit, dude. So,
damn, bro.
But yeah, I ended up, I do kickbox. I trained in MMA for a bit, you know, so
So you're good. You got your, but you're not out there just like
I
floating.
never use my hands. I don't ever use my hands because I have to play banjo. So I learned how to be really good at kickboxing. Like I'm good at my kicks. Like if I'd have kicked him as hard as I could with a thrust kick, it could have broke his ribs and punctured his lungs, you know. So I gave him like little kicks, and just 2 little kicks made him start apologizing, dude.
Listen, dude. Hey, I'm gonna tell you what. I always admire the dude that beats the other guy with the leg kicks, dude. Dude, 3 or 4 then crap, dude. They sound so loud, and then you hit that nerve, bro. They can't even stand on that thing after 3 or 4 shots, and it's just like, damn, dude. Now they got to go with the other leg, and now they're all thrown off like it's a game. I understand. It's like playing ping pong.
Yeah. Nah, and you don't have to kick hard to hurt somebody. You can be really comfortable, have your breathing controlled, and just be doing light kicks and slowly fucking them up, dude.
Nice, right? Exactly. Give him the 1-2. Boom, boom. So, is there any state that you know, because you've been again from North Carolina to California, how far south have you gone? Like,
Florida Keys.
Florida Keys. All right. Did you like it there?
All the way to Key West, as far as south as you can go.
Damn. I've been to Key West. I drove my Harley to Key West from we went from Georgia all the way down to Key West. That was a fun ride.
Did you do the Duval crawl?
We did actually. And you know what? We were the only ones left. There was nobody left on the flipping thing. Like, dude, when it's time and they shut down, everybody disappears.
Yep. Disappears.
Like,
yeah, it's wild.
You like
it's
turn
not
around.
like
it's like apocalyptic, dude. You're like,
yeah. And that's when and when that would happen, that's when I would slowly climb up the wall. I'd step on this dumpster and climb up the wall. And the homeless people in downtown Key West, they actually sleep on top of the fucking buildings and the roofs. So there's ways to get on top of the roofs after it shuts down, and then you just have to be up by a certain time and get back off the roof. But yeah, you sleep on the roofs.
oh my, man, that's crazy, dude. That's nuts. So, do you have a place that you like better than any others? Like, where's your favorite spot that you've been to?
Maine is beautiful. I really like Maine. I really like the Florida Keys. The places I like the most, I can't really survive there because it's just almost like off grid. Yeah.
Right.
So for me to survive, I have to usually be in places I actually don't like as much. It's not really where I want to be, but it's where I have to be. Just figure it out. But Maine, I'd say Maine.
You like Maine? Okay. Were the people nicer there than anywhere else? Like,
oh, they're awesome, dude.
They're not.
People in Maine's awesome. Everybody's got a gun. There's moose. Everybody's sharing their deer meat and their moose meat. So you're just eating fucking deer meat and moose meat and Maine lobster all the fucking time, dude. Like you're eating good, and everybody takes care of each other, and it's just everybody's homesteading. Where I stay, like everybody's like homesteaders,
Yeah.
So it's awesome.
So that you felt right at home right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to probably go back there this summer at one point. I got to do it for a little bit. There's also this hot cougar chick that wants me to come to Colorado and stay on her ranch, and she'll give me some ranch work, and I'd be able to ride a mule and play banjo and get some cool content from it, and there's a camper there and everything. So we'll see what I'm going to do, dude.
That sounded like a good time there, riding mules and playing
banjo. I know, that's what I'm saying. And like she's older than me. She's in her 40s, bro, but this chick has stayed. You can tell this chick has been feeding some horses and shoveling some pig slops her whole life. She is in shape, fit, looking good. Like she don't need makeup to, like she's just rugged and awesome and hot. And she likes me, and I might like her too. And I want to go to this ranch.
All right. Okay. That sounds good. Now, where's one that you would never want to go back to? Like
Atlanta.
You gotta go. You're like, no, I can't.
Atlanta.
And why so?
I've only ever seen the roughest parts of Atlanta, and because I got stuck there because a Greyhound wouldn't change my tickets over. Long story short, I basically got stuck in Atlanta trying to take a Greyhound to Los Angeles one time. And I ended up on the streets there, and it was the sketchiest, scariest thing ever. Like, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Atlanta is insane. Especially when you look like especially when you got a banjo and you walk around in overalls and a hat and shit, dude. You know what I mean? You'd stick out.
Give me a good one. Let's hear it. Give me a war story from Atlanta.
A horror story from Atlanta?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, the first thing that happened to me when I'm trying to like figure out my life now, what am I doing in Atlanta? This chick runs up to me and she's like, can you please hold this? Can you please hold this? Right. So she's got her boyfriend with her. He's got the phone. I got this little mirror thing. Right.
Right.
And so I'm holding this mirror as her boyfriend has to shoot her up with drugs in the neck, dude.
Oh no.
Right. And she's like, trying to push this vein out, and I'm holding the mirror for him, and I'm just shaking like, what the fuck am I doing right now? And they pull this needle out, and she starts like shooting fucking dope into her neck vein. And that was my first experience in Atlanta when I left the Greyhound station.
So you're just like,
yeah. Oh yeah. I ended up getting to the outskirts of Atlanta to Jonesboro, staying under a bridge, and I learned how to start singing soulfully. That's where I started making songs that sound more soul-like and more blues-like, because I couldn't play some bluegrass there, dude. I can't be sitting in front of this grocery store outside of Atlanta playing bluegrass. And people's going to fucking shoot me. Like, I started playing soulful gospels, like giving some soul into it, like playing Amazing Grace, and they started loving it, dude. And I started making enough money to get food every day and everything I needed. Like, so that's kind of like, it helped me develop my music at the same time, even though it was terrifying, you know?
Right. So, man, I couldn't even imagine that. Like, and then how long did you have to stay in Atlanta?
I think I was there like a month and a half. Yeah, I got pretty stuck there. Yeah, I got pretty stuck there. Because sometimes what happens is, like, I get stuck somewhere simply because I don't have an ID. I don't have a birth certificate, a social security card. Like, I could get stuck somewhere just based on simple things, or my phone runs out of service. Plus, I don't have an ID. Now I'm just like disappeared for a while, you know? So a lot of things goes into factors when I get stuck somewhere. And a lot of times it's to do with shit like that. Lost my ID. I mean, dude, look at my ID right now. Like, it's on its last leg, I bet.
It's been through hell and back.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, it's all fucked up.
It might be time to do it.
Well, I eat beanie weenies with my medical card. You know, it's like a spoon that fits in my fucking wallet. So I need to.
Have you like physically hopped trains and done stuff like that, man?
Yes. I've hopped one train, and that was enough for me, dude. Enough for me. It was from Asheville to Nashville, right?
Is that a long one?
When it comes to train hoppers, like the people you're train hopping with are fucking insane. You're talking like they're going to be getting drunk the whole time. Like, train kids die. There's train kids that die every year falling off the train because they're so messed up, you know, but it is rugged. It's loud, you know, and you're just hoping that the train doesn't side out, because I've heard stories from other kids that's like, they're on this train in the middle of nowhere and it sides out. You hear boof, and it just lets go of half the train. And then you just sit there for that train cart will sit there. It could sit there for days waiting to be picked back up. So you have to hike from there. And like, I've talked to people that said like the closest thing that they could get to was almost 100 miles away, you know?
Oh,
like,
so
you're talking about in the middle of nowhere. Them trains go in the middle of nowhere, dude.
Yeah.
I took
nice.
Yeah, and it's like, and if you have to shit, dude, guess what you're doing? If you got shit on the train, there's no stopping. You got to have a friend like hold your hands as you lean your ass over and shit, and you got to put your fucking life in this dude's hands.
But that's part of the busking thing. Like, you're moving from place to place, man.
Yeah.
You know, like so. How often?
I prefer hitchhiking and or just busking enough to get a flight or something. Now, Greyhound, it's a dirty dog, dude. I've almost died on a Greyhound before, going through Texas before. Fucking, I'm like, hey man, I smell rubber. I'm pretty sure your tire's been popped. He's like, no, it ain't. Like, you know how, because they treat you like shit. They treat you like you're not human and like they're above you or something. I'm like, okay. All of a sudden, that tire shreds the other tires, and we're going down the highway, skidding sideways, dude, about to flip the fuck over with a Greyhound full of fucking people. You know, and then we're stranded for 17 hours in the middle of nowhere in Texas on the side of the road till they send another Greyhound finally to get us. And none of us has ate, slept. We're in the middle of the fucking desert, dude. And then they give nobody a refund. Not at all.
It was killed you. It was
Daniel don't trust nobody that much. Yeah,
Man.
hold you while you're shitting. That's a hard thing to trust.
Right. That's tough, man. You're literally putting your shit in anybody else's head. So hitchhiking alone, man. Like, how's that, dude? Like, that's another one, man. You ever give us
how I do it is I build like a following online. So when I hitch a ride, it's with somebody like that's passing through that hits me up and they're like, hey man, like I'm going to so-and-so festival or you want to hop a ride? Or it's through Rainbow Family, which is connected to like the Grateful Dead and like the Rainbow Gatherings and shit. It's like people that just travel and live that life. There's the Dirty Kid Couch Coalition on Facebook, you know, and when it comes to fellow travelers, you know, they're a fellow traveler, you know, it's safer. Now, if it's some weird, sweet old man that's like, hey buddy, I can give you a ride. You know what I mean? Fuck no. You got to follow your intuition, dude. You got to follow your intuition. Because I do know travelers that's ended up chopped up in a fucking dumpster. You know what I mean?
That's nuts, dude. Like, so you ever get in a car and instantly regret it? Like, oh man.
Yes.
What was like? Let's hear it.
Well, when I left the Florida Keys, I took a bicycle that was not a nice bike. It's like cracked out, but I rode that thing over 120 miles to get to the top of the Keys, and then I wrecked and I fucked the bike up. So I had to get a ride, and somebody said like, hey, this girl wants to travel. Like, I don't really know her, but she seems cool. Like she's willing to come pick you up and travel wherever you want to go. And I'm like, okay, cool. Send her to me. She comes pick me up, and this chick has a fucking cat with her. And I'm like, you can't travel with cats, bro. You can travel with dogs. Dogs are great, you know, but a cat, and this cat is in there shitting and pissing under my seat the whole time. So I'm sitting on top of cat piss and shit, and fucking the only music she's playing is emo screamo music. Like, I'm alone in my basement. My mama is mad at me. Like, you know, like fucking emo screamo music. And I'm just sitting there slowly going insane, covered in fucking cat hair, cat piss, smelling like shit, listening to fucking emos cry about their lives. And so I eventually said to her I was like, you know what? I was like, fuck cats. You know how many fucking cats I've killed? I fucking hate cats. Get a dog. And that made her flip out. She loved cats that much. You're talking like true cat lady. She loves cats that much. Dude, when I have sex with her, she smelled like a litter box, dude. It was hard to get through. But I had to do something for the ride. You got to pay up eventually, bro.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
Yeah, you gotta pay up eventually if you want to keep them wheels rolling, man. Sucks.
Oh, bro, dude. Hey, like, fucking cat hair coming out everywhere. Like, oh man. Oh.
Yeah. But luckily, when I did flip out, it's because I was in Indiana and I play for a lot of the bikers there, and I have lots of friends there. So I knew I was fine to get stranded here. I was like, yeah, I need to get this chick away from me now because I'm in biker territory. I'm going to be fine, you know.
Tired ass. Ask grass or gas, nobody rides for free.
Yeah, there ain't no such thing as free, you know.
Like,
free
I'll
is
play
never
a little
free.
banjo for you.
Yeah, that's the ones I like.
Right?
I like those rides.
You got your banjo there? What you got?
Yeah, there's some rides you get. It's just like somebody that's extremely drunk and they just need somebody to talk to, and nobody listens to them. So you just got to sit there and listen as they drive you and hope that they don't wreck. But a lot of people that pick up hitchhikers seems to be like drunks, like people that's like fucked up and they're like needing somebody to talk to, you know.
Or like, so you ever been like, okay, so they're wasted when they pick you up, and then all of a sudden, you know, after a little bit of a drive, they sober up and they're like, what the fuck you? Who are you? How'd you get in my car, man?
Nah, I usually try to not get the ride for too long, because when it comes to those type of rides, you're only going to be getting it for like an hour, 2 hours tops, you know. Like if I was a chick and I had big tits and shit, dude, I'd be riding with truckers anywhere I wanted to go, bro. Like chicks with titties get free rides from truckers all the time. They can literally cross the country left and right, fucking anytime they want, dude.
This is like when I
Because I know
think
chicks, they don't even have to have sex with them, dude. They just have to be like and laugh at them, you know, like they just want some company. They want a girl that's slightly pretty, you know, just to like laugh at their shit. But they get rides way easier than anybody else.
that's crazy. Lot lizards. Let's go, lot lizards. Hey,
Yeah.
any lot lizards out there? Listen, sit back and let your boy get a ride.
Yeah.
You don't have to take all the rides, lot lizards. You know what I mean? So what about the banjo, man? You working on anything good? You getting everything back playing it or what?
Yeah. I've been in, it's weird being in this place I'm in now because I'm like small rooms surrounded by other small rooms. So it's like when I play, everybody can hear me. Like you can hear everybody's lives going on around you at all times, you know? So it's I'm trying to figure that out. I'm glad it's warming up back outside. Since it's warming up back outside, I can just find somewhere outside to practice because I don't like writing music when I know somebody can hear me writing it. You know, when I write something, I got to be in a room where I know nobody else can hear this but me and just like lose my mind slowly until I find it again, you know. And I don't. So when I'm in these rooms and I play banjo, I still slip into entertainer mode. So I'll literally start playing banjo in here as if I'm fucking just at a show because I know there's people that can hear this right now. So I can't get no writing done, you know.
Right. So somebody's like, where do you stay now? Where are you at now? What area?
Austin, Texas.
Okay. And so did you guys get any of the crappy weather, any of the snow or any of that shit?
Hell yeah.
How do they react to it?
It was like everything was just an ice lake, dude. And they was not prepared for it. They're not used to that here. Nothing was salted. Like everything was just iced over, dude. It could have been easily taken care of, but cities like this don't prepare for things like that, you know?
Right.
But yeah, it was just icy, horrible, you know. So it's gone now.
There was another one going through like the Carolinas and shit like that. They got it.
Oh yeah, it's still bad in North Carolina.
Yeah, they're getting good. So do you often go back there at all, or you just you know?
I just go there to see my mama, you know, because she's always worried I'm gonna die every day and never knows where I'm gonna be, what I'm gonna be doing, who I'm gonna be around, and like she's always just so scared I'm gonna die. So I have to talk to her like 2 times a day, let her know I'm alive, and then here and there at least go see her and spend some time with my family because I'm not homeless. I don't live homeless. I live home free. Like it's my choice to live that way.
Right.
It's not like life has brought me to this point where I'm just on the streets. It's like I choose that, you know. So I call it being home free. I don't burn bridges in life. A lot of times people end up on the streets and homeless and have nowhere to go. And I hate to say it, but it's the truth because I've been there. But it's like because they have burnt all the bridges in their lives, like with their family, with their friends, to where they have nobody now.
Right.
And it's either that's the reason or like very intense mental problems that their family can't deal with and just gave up on them, you know. But I don't burn bridges and I try to stay sane, you know. So it's a choice for me.
That's the hardest part, man. Right.
Yeah.
Staying right.
Oh, I've lost my mind a few times. Don't get me wrong. I've been in the mental wards at least 5 times, 6 times for a good, even talking about I pink slipped where I can't leave at all, or it's illegal for me to leave because they think I'm so crazy, you know?
sometimes we need a timeout. You know what I mean? We got to take those mental a little bit. You know what I mean? So when you like get into playing the heavy stuff, like, cause I seen you playing some heavy metal banjo, bro. And I think that's really what got me to reach out to you.
Well, I mean, I play banjo and I love bluegrass, but I've always loved heavy metal more. I mean, my favorite bands is like Primus, System of a Down, G.G. Allen. I love G.G. I get weird with G.G. Allen, dude. Like, so I was listening. I was in Los Angeles. I'm listening to like Korn and Marilyn Manson and System of a Down, and I'm like, huh, they are all in the same frequency right now. This is crazy. What is this? So I'm listening to it, and I pull the banjo up, and I just start tuning each string until it matches the tone that they're in, like their key and their hertz, And it's not a 440. It's weird, right? So I just match it, and then I start playing, and I'm like, holy shit, this is cool, dude! Like. Next thing you know, I can play System of a Down on banjo. I can do Rob Zombie. I can do Marilyn Manson. And then I just start writing my own shit from there, and then trying to like infuse some death metal breakdowns into it, like some like a Waking of the Cadaver breakdown, or like a Lamb of God breakdown into it, except on banjo. So I'm like basically playing the drums with my fingers, but I'm galloping as if it's like for metal music. So that's what makes it sound so different, It's the rhythm. And System of a Down rhythm comes from Armenian folk music. Like all their music is about like the war in Armenia, like what happened in Armenia and all that. Like when all those people died, like their music's pretty deep. And then their rhythms and stuff are like traditional folk Armenian rhythms, which is these weird gallops, and it's weird. And then when you put that into a distorted sound, it sounds like metal. But really, folk music in Armenia has always been metal.
Always, man. I love the fact that you're just not your average like banjo dude. You know what I'm saying? Like you know a lot about it. You know a lot about different backgrounds of like that, like what you're just talking about, and that's just going to make you more well-rounded. You know what I mean? Like having those and being able to come off of those.
So you got to look this guy up, man. His name is Doc Boggs. He's from like the late 1800s, early 1900s banjo player. And he would tune each string until it just sounded unique and cool to him. But it was this ominous tone. The legend of Doc Boggs is like, he didn't play banjo for 30 years at one point because his wife made him bury it because she thought it brought the demons out in him. Because the police showed up at his house one day and he was drunk and he beat the police officer in the head with his banjo and ended up in prison for a while. Then he gets out. His wife makes him bury the banjo. When she dies, he digs that banjo back up and puts strings on it and makes another album. All right. But he's got this really ominous tone. He's got a song called Oh Death, a song called Sugar Baby. So that's where I kind of get my vibe from too, even like as old as that, like metal before metal existed, punk before punk,
Yes, dude. Yes. So like
I like looking way back in history and finding the OG punk rockers, like before punk rock was even a genre, people that lived a punk life.
Yes, dude. Absolutely. Like it's wild to even know like that's just it's the folk, like it's all bury the banjo and shit like that. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, that to me sounds like the next death metal banjo song, dude. Bury the banjo.
Bury. That's the name of the band. Bury the banjo.
Or the next EP that comes out. You know what I mean, dude? Like, bro,
dude, it's crazy. My number one downloaded song on Spotify is just banjo death metal, which is one of the first things I ever did on Spotify. And it's just straight instrumental of me on banjo, like just fucking going wild, dude. But I got like that album Possessed. Have you heard my album Possessed?
I did listen to some of it. Was that the one with the devil on it? Which one was that?
No, that was the death metal album. That's 666.
That was great.
Yeah, that one's crazy too. But Possessed is like more Armenian folk type vibe to it, like weird. Okay. And then there's Psychedelic Moonshine. That shit's weird too. But I like getting really weird with banjo.
Dude, and you can too. Like, dude, I've watched you play on a couple of your videos, dude, and you're just amazing on those, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Now, do you ever get the big crowds? They ever come around and you're just like, hell yeah, dude, this is what's up.
Yeah. On the streets, I can draw good crowds. Like people. But when I'm on the streets, I don't try to get this weird with it because at the end of the day, I'm trying to survive and I better play some fucking Rocky Top. You know what I mean?
You got to play what they want to hear, right?
Yeah, but when I get to like, say, when I go to New Jersey and shit, like in Jersey, I'm like in the punk rock community there, and the shows I play there is all metalheads and punk rockers. I can just get on stage and get weird as hell, and people's just fucking loving it, you know?
Well, yeah, man, you bring a different vibe, and I think it's what it is. But the real thing is, like, you know, you have that. You're from that area, bro. Like, you know what I mean. You're bringing that with you. You're it's roots. You're bringing your roots with you, bro.
Yeah, no, I mean, I grew up in a bluegrass ass town, dude. It was competition, dude. I mean, being a kid, like, there's a bunch of other kids also trying to be a banjo player, you know,
Right.
like
So,
very heavy
you know,
bluegrass.
other than like the grandfather and stuff, but who were your idols? Like watching growing up, like man, I want to.
Grandpa Jones, String Bean, Doc Boggs, definitely, but definitely mainly Grandpa Jones and String Bean. Grandpa Jones is punk as fuck, dude. Watch some Grandpa Jones on Hee Haw. How he sings and everything would now be considered folk punk, straight up.
That's crazy, dude. I think we used to watch Hee Haw with my grandmother.
Yeah, watch some Grandpa Jones, man.
I'm gonna have to check that out, bro.
He doesn't sing, he screams, man. Like, he's got some singing to it, but it's a lot of just power and screaming and just slamming the banjo,
Yeah.
but it sounds amazing, you know?
That's so out of everything you put together, what's your favorite one so far?
Well, what do you mean, songs?
Yeah, your track, one of your favorite ones.
My Treasure.
So that's the one you want everybody to download if they go out there and check it out.
Or Mountain of Pain. My Treasure or Mountain of Pain.
And they are we able to find those?
Yeah.
Where
Stephen
at?
Ray Lester, Mountain of Pain, or Stephen Ray Lester, My Treasure. It's all on Spotify.
Spotify, okay.
But really, I mean, it's hard to choose one, man. You know, like, I like My Crazy Bitches Be the Death of Me a whole lot too. And that shit is wild. Crazy Bitches Be the Death of Me is one of the top downloaded ones right now.
What inspired that one?
This bitch tried to kill me in Pennsylvania, dude. Chicks, where are you from, dude, are insane.
Oh, what, dude? What?
They're wild there, man. Yeah. Yeah, she's a big old girl, you know what I mean? So she's built like a silverback gorilla, and she grabbed me by my dreads, had dreads that time, drugged me all over that fucking yard, dude. Started beating me in the face. I had to jump up with a 2x4, try to scare her away, dude. I was scared for my life. And she called my bluff. She's like, you ain't gonna hit me with that. And I'm like, oh, bitch, fuck, you know? And I fucking had to get friends to come help me. And then I wrote a song about it. Crazy Bitches Be the Death of Me. That's why one of the verses, it goes, silverback gorilla puts her hands on me and I can't hit her, but I can scare her away. So I pick up a 2x4 and that's what I do. Well, she tried to take my shit, said my name. Yeah, that bitch is fucking insane. Death by bitch is how my story goes. You know.
My man, dude, look, my wife, hey, my producer wife, she's putting all the good stuff up there for us, man. She's posting links to your Spotify. So, yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's what's up, dude. That's a good one there, man. That's, it's funny because, like, I caught your live one day, and, dude, you were singing some funny shit. And then, then the crowd starts coming, and you start going back to, like, some normal stuff. And then you were back in the room, and you were singing some wild shit. I'm like, this dude's got some crazy fucking lyrics, dude. I love it.
Yeah.
So you ever are people just kind of taken back sometimes, or until they hear you play, or?
I think it shocks people sometimes, but in a good way. It shocks them. They don't expect that to come out of my mouth right now. They expect me to be a good old boy when it comes to the crazy songs I sing. You know what I mean?
Right.
When I wrote that song, I guess on Spotify, I'll play the banjo until I go to jail. I actually wrote that when I was in the Keys, because where I was playing, it was on Duval, and you have to have a certain license to play there, but I didn't. So I was playing a banjo, and there's these police officers starting to walk up to me, and I know they're about to kick me out. So I randomly start freestyling that song. I'm gonna play the banjo till I go to jail, and all these fucking cops, they can burn in hell. I'm gonna play the banjo till I go to jail, and these fat fucking cops can burn in hell. Well, hey, dude, you got some weed? Really weed? It's just, and as I'm saying that, I'm looking at people walking by me hey, dude, do you got some cocaine? I'll snort that shit and go straight insane. And the cops are just standing there waiting for me to finish. and they're like laughing. And then when I finished, they're like, yeah, man, you can't be here, but that was pretty funny. So I went through like every drug. They sit there and watch me go through every drug. And then also telling them, calling them fat fucking pigs and going to hell. But they knew I was doing it in good humor. Like they knew I wasn't like serious.
You were just kind of.
I was trying to entertain them just as much as I was everybody else.
The whole situation in general, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
just giving back to the community, man. Just giving back to the community.
That's good shit right there, dude. In more ways than one, he gives back, man. So yeah. Well, listen, man, our time's up, man. We went over a little bit, and tell everybody where they can find you and check you out, man, where you want them to get, see your stuff.
You can find me at StephenRayLester.com with a PH, STEPHEN. You'll see all my social medias there. If you don't go to StephenRayLester.com, you can go to Instagram, Stephen Ray Banjo, or on Facebook, Stephen Ray Lester. On TikTok, Banjos and Beer.
Hey, on mine, you know what? One of my best songs is Banjos and Bass.
Yeah, I know. You showed me that song. That's bad. That's a good song, dude.
Banjos and Bass, man. It just rolls off the palate. You know what I mean? But, dude, I'll tell you what, man. Listen, you also play the spoons, too, huh?
Yep.
How'd you learn to do that? That interests me. Like, I want to see that.
I don't know. Like, where I grew up, people did that. So just like, as a kid, something you do to have fun, you know what I mean? Just play around, and I just got good at it, Like, you know what sucks about my spoons right now? They fell out of my pocket in my friend's truck, and he knew that I'm getting sober, and I've been sober a certain amount of days. But when I took a ride with him, had my spoons, they fell out, and he threw them away. He got all paranoid because of my situation and stuff I've been going through. So he looks in the back of the truck, just sees 2 spoons, and one of them I had Beanie Weenies on because I had ate a can of Beanie Weenies with it and didn't have a way to wash it. So he's thinking, oh my God, there's drugs on that. So he's afraid to touch him. He thinks it's going to kill him and shit. And he fucking throws them in the dumpster. So I literally just lost my spoons. I have to get new spoons. Like I need.
Now, is there a certain kind of spoon you need? Like, what's up with how do you?
Like table size serving spoons, like the bigger ones, like
right.
Yeah, not your regular size.
Normal, but they're a little more like.
Yeah, they're a little bigger, not too much bigger, but still bigger.
Right. And the heavier the better, or what?
No, I usually use a lighter one on the top and like one that's a little heavier for my bottom spoon because I do these certain snaps that it helps like get the sound I need.
See, dude, and it's a science to that, man. It's like, because you're like up there, like it's nuts, bro. You're like, to what see, and it's.
Dude, if I get some cow ribs, I'll blow your mind. If I can get somebody send me some fucking cow ribs, dude, I can take. Now it works best with baby cow ribs. So a lot of times on ranches and stuff, like cows will get killed by a snake. The baby cow get bit by a snake because they're young and stupid and shit. And so that baby cow will die, and you can get its ribs. And then you can take those ribs, and it's called bones. Look up some bones players, dude. This shit goes way back, in American tradition,
Right.
And we get it from like Scotland and shit like that. We came over with it, but it's called playing the bones. And it's you put 2 sets of cow ribs in each hand, set here, and you play the bones. And it's like a percussive sound like the spoons, except with the bones sound like to it.
It's almost like rattling for deer. Like,
yeah. Yes. Yeah. It's like that, but with rhythm.
Yeah, with rhythm. Right.
Yeah, with rhythm.
I got a bone.
Is that a wishbone?
It's a coonpecker.
Oh, it is?
It's for making shine, man.
Dang, I'm jealous.
Hey, what's your real quick, if you don't mind? I mean, we're bullshitting, bro. Like, so what's your experiences with shine?
It's so crazy. This sounds insane. The best moonshine I've ever had was in Indiana, and fucking the other best shine I had was from a sheriff in Tennessee. Like, he was the only sheriff in the town. Like, it's a small town called Beech Grove, Tennessee. Oh, maybe I shouldn't say all this.
Right. Okay. You can say it. No,
yeah. But it was awesome, and it was $50 a gallon, and it's great. That was years ago. That was years ago.
Okay.
Should be fine.
Was it a good clear?
Yes. Yes. It wasn't like, you don't want it. People's like, oh, give me that 180, give me that 190 until they have it. I think a good one is like 120.
Listen, I have I got a good friend here. He's the only one that I see do this. Maybe there's two, him and his cousin. They will drink it 180 right out of the freezer. And that's how they want it. They don't want it no lighter. They want 180 out of the freezer. And I'm like, dude, and they drink that shit, bro. They don't even. So my job is just to make it smooth enough so they don't, what I mean? Because, dude, I can't get corn liquor by him. Like, he knows. As soon as he smells corn liquor, he's like, I ain't drinking it. Nope.
Have you ever made it with apples?
Oh, yeah.
You ever just use apples? And I know you can't get as high as percentage, but that's actually pretty good, man.
Oh, no.
Like, I've had some apples that was good.
Apples are very volatile, bro. You'll actually get.
You can get a high proof off apples.
Oh, dude.
The people in Indiana was telling me that they can't get no high proof off of it, but they at least get like a good 100.
Listen, I don't even use I use apple, like just straight apple juice. You know?
Really?
I mean? Yeah, bro. Yep. So he does know. He knows a lot about the banjo, man. I know that. I know if I ever listen, I want to learn to play the spoons first and then the banjo.
Yeah, that's a great way to get into banjo. That's how I started.
Everything about all that shit, man. You know what I mean?
Dude, I can build a mean washtub bass. Dude, if I'm ever in Pennsylvania, let's go to a Home Depot. Let me build you a washtub bass, and it'll be a conversation piece for your house. I'm telling you, I'll build one that will literally boom. It literally sounds like it's plugged in, dude. It's so loud.
Can we put it on like my box? That one of them beat box, the cajones or what they're called. I think it's a cajon. Yeah.
Oh, you'll never want a cajon again once you get a washtub bass, dude.
Oh, is it
now
legit?
use a size 3 washtub and use a wheelbarrow handle, not a broomstick, a wheelbarrow handle. And then instead of using father twine, you use or farmer twine. You use the heaviest gauge weed whacker string. Since they don't make it round no more, you got to take sandpaper and like smooth it down till it's smooth. And then you wear you wear protection. You wear like a thick glove, and then you play. And I'm telling you, it booms, dude. It is loud as hell. The reason I had to build one like that is because I needed my washtub bass player to be heard through my loud ass banjo. But dude, I got the right fucking shit going on for a washtub bass, man.
Oh, dude, listen, I got drums here, so I can keep a little bit of a rhythm. I know a little bit how to do that. I think I could be. Listen, producer, I'm leaving. I'm going to Texas. What do I need? Just 2 pairs of overalls?
Yeah, that's really all anybody needs if you think about it. I mean, do you really have to change clothes every day? Like, when did humans start doing that? I guarantee back in the day, we wasn't eating 3 times a day. We wasn't changing our clothes every day, and we wasn't taking a fucking shower every day. When it comes to humanity, like, this is probably a newer thing in time. So I'm just an old soul. So it's like, I'll shower every 3 days. Thank you. And I'll wash my clothes once a week, because why the fuck am I going to shove all these chemicals through my clothes all the time? And, I think about shit like that.
If you lived with my brother and you smelled what come out of that man, you would probably burn your clothes. And he would sleep. We had bunk beds growing up, and bro, he'd let him rip. It'd come right down on me, bro. Just a blanket of stank, dog. I'm talking like that.
That's heavy, gas.
You ever smell night crawlers in the that you left in the car for like
after they go bad? Yeah.
That's exactly what he smelled like.
Oh, well, that's crazy. He's got to figure that shit out.
I'm like, bro, what are you eating up there? You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I have came across people that, maybe they do need, more care than others. But I like, one of the sexiest chicks I've ever been with, dude. She didn't shave her armpits. She didn't shave her legs. And she smelled fucking so intense that everybody on the Greyhound would start moving seats. But like those pheromones coming off her, I was so attracted to, dude. Like I was so in love with her, and like I thought it was the best thing ever. It's the coolest thing to travel with a woman that ain't gonna worry about shaving her legs and what her makeup looks like that day, and she's just feral as fuck. You know, so yeah, I like feral chicks. Like if I see a chick and she don't shave her legs or armpits, I'm thinking, okay, this one might survive my life. Like this chick's probably fucking awesome. Like she don't give a fuck, you know.
Like you don't care if it's like Don King in a headlock down there, like she boom, and it's like my beard sticking.
But no, dude, welcome to the jungle, man. I'll be going through there like Tarzan, dude. I'm telling you. I'll be parting it like the fucking Red Sea, bro. I'll bring my fucking beard comb, do some magic.
What was that video game? Pit Fighters or something like that? Like
yeah. Pitfall. Yeah, I'll be pitfalling that bitch, dude.
Hey, brother, but listen, I'm gonna let you off here. I appreciate the interview, man. Hey, it's actually really good to talk to you face to face and get to know you, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep following you, brother. And we had all your stuff posted up on here. If anybody wants to reach out, man, there it is.
Cool. Well, it's good talking to you, man.
Hey, we're gonna just keep our normal contact, all right?
Yeah.
Like we're gonna keep texting. Just because this is done and over with doesn't mean we, like I like the updates and shit, bro. That way I'm not worried and stuff like that because there's a couple days had me like, bro, you know what I mean? Like you just worry about people. I don't want to have to worry about
I think I'm getting better at life now. I'm getting a little better at it.
Okay, and listen, if my wife's down in the Austin area and rolls that way, I'll tell her to stop by.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, she's a wild one too. You think I'm crazy? She's got a mohawk too.
Oh, yeah.
Really? No,
I don't see you with it. I don't see you with a chick with a mohawk for some reason.
No, my wife is all. she's the producer of my show. She's the producer of my life. She's the producer. She's a boss. That's for sure.
She is your rock.
So listen, brother. Hey, I enjoyed this interview tonight, man. And stay warm. Stay out of that shitty ass weather. I know I am. And then listen, watch out for the big girls in Pennsylvania, my dude.
Oh, I love the girls in Pennsylvania, and they're all big, dude. I mean, I guess I've met a couple of skinny ones, but I like big women. Like if I can pick them up, then she ain't for me. You know what I mean?
Listen, man, maybe you should get the ones that can't pick you up because, dude, they fucking swinging you around.
I like a woman I can look at and be like, man, I could put 2 children on each of those hips, like childbearing woman. You know what I mean? Like I go straight feral with it when I look at a woman, dude. I'm like, how many kids can I give that one? Like, can she hold them all? Like,
Can she hold them all one time?
Yeah. That's that feral instinct, dude. I swear.
You're too fucking much, man. I wish I was closer so we could have a good sit down, bro. This would be good. Well, listen, brother, you stay safe, and I'll be talking to you soon, my friend. I appreciate you.
Yeah, good seeing you, brother.
All right, brother. Take care.
Much love. Peace out.
Man, great interview. Hey, that guy is amazing. Listen, we put all this stuff up. If you want to check him out, go on there, give him a like, a follow. If you want to send something his way, go ahead, help him out, man. He's a good dude. He's a great guy. So everybody, you guys have a good night. Thank you for hanging out 28 minutes extra. I appreciate it. Until next time.